Hey everybody, I'm Jim with Ronin Defi, and this is the place where we break down cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, and help you understand what the future holds for you, your daily life, and your business. So Seth isn't here with me on this one. I pulled this one solo. I'm an early bird, got up early this morning, had a thought. We've been kind of talking a lot about really just stuff, blockchain in general, throwing a few ideas out there, just kind of getting ourselves started in this project here that is Ronin DeFi. And I thought it might be good to kind of maybe slow it down and talk about a specific topic and kind of the grassroots stuff, the beginning. We're not going to go all the way back to the white papers. We're going to talk about just what is blockchain, what are the uses of blockchain. And I think to do that, you really first need to understand when we talk about cryptocurrency, which is what most people think of. They think of buying Bitcoin, buying Ethereum, watching it go up, watching it go down, trading it high, selling, buying it low, just what the usual stock exchange kind of mentality. But if you peel back that onion, all a token, a coin is a Bitcoin, an ETH, a Solana, a Dogecoin, a Shiba Inu, all these coins that are out there, they represent the holding of your investment in that technology. So we won't go into the differences between them right now, but just understand that if you bought Bitcoin, you bought Ethereum, Shiba Inu, all these coins that are out there, they're your stock certificate saying you have bought X amount of dollars and turned it into cryptocurrency, holding that token as your stake, as your stock certificate. So we need to understand that surface layer that most of us understand crypto is, it's actually blockchain technology. And the uses of that blockchain technology are what is going to create the value, create that stock to go up, create that coin value to go up. And then you can even go deeper and deeper, which is where our rabbit hole starts, where you can go into individual companies that are using different layers on top of this technology, very much like the dot-com boom and the mobile app boom. Apple came out with a platform and said, here, do something with it. And developers went out and created games, productivity applications, entertainment applications, social applications, and the value and the usage of those platforms is what drove their stock values up, the value in those companies up. Crypto is no different. It is blockchain technology. But what you need to understand is that blockchain is very, very new. It's only been around about 10 years. And in the past 10 years, it's mutated into a more open source platform. I guess it's always been an open source platform, but it's gained more momentum. And as that momentum gains and more people adapt it into usage, they open crypto wallets, they start to develop things. The Wild West all of a sudden becomes even a little wilder and a little more open. And we're going to break it down real simple, because let's just talk from the stock perspective of it, finance. As of now, I'd say the majority of people that look at cryptocurrency / blockchain technology, they think of it in terms of finance. It's going up, it's going down, it's an investment, it's a stock, and that's very true. But if you go a little deeper, there's tools that'll be developed using this technology. Simple payments, the ability to make a payment in crypto. Right now, there's exchanges that you can use like Coinbase, and there's several others out there. I'll list them in the description below for you, just to give you the top few. But there's opportunity for real world application where businesses are going to need to be able to accept this technology, and someone's going to have to develop that gateway, that platform that is adapted widely for use. It's not a hard thing to figure out, but it's going to happen. So when you think of finance, you've got that type of application that is going to be the first thing people start to wrap their head around. Is first, I have this coin, I have this currency, I can't use it anywhere. If I want to buy something right now, depending on what you want, you have to go to a different exchange, jump through some hoops. It's really a little cumbersome, and the learning curve is pretty steep for most people that are just now starting to understand how to use their smartphones. So there's a lot that's getting ready to happen in the side of that. But from asset management, that token, that coin is actually your stake. You're holding that asset. And if you think of NFTs and what they are, when you purchase something that's digital or just a digital stamp saying that this is authentic or I own this, the asset management behind that is a huge, huge opportunity for chain of custody, for business, for medical records. Think about that one thing by itself. If you've had any tests done, x-rays done, and you want to get a copy to take to another doctor, it is almost impossible in this system just to say, hey, I paid my deductible, my insurance paid you $10,000 for that MRI or whatever it was of my knee that I tore playing soccer. I'm going to go get a second opinion. And you have to jump through holy hell, flaming kittens. You got to navigate it all to just maybe get that doctor, that medical service to transfer those records over to your new doctor for that second opinion. But if all that was digitized and put into the blockchain, you would own that. That would be your asset. If you were going to go to another doctor, it's as simple as giving them access through your NFT or through your token or through your crypto wallet and show them, hey, here's my last x-rays. And maybe it saves you the cost of having to redo those x-rays. At the very least, it speeds up the process. So if your knee's torn and needs immediate attention, they have that at their fingertips to give you that second opinion or just simply render aid as needed, whatever that might be. But I think you get the idea is from an asset management standpoint, it can help in practical application as well as just custodial record keeping and things like that. Once again, what does your business or your personal life need that would be so much easier with that kind of asset management tool that is completely at your fingertips and not having to go to, say, DMV, Motor Vehicle Association. As many of you will hear, I hate MVA. I hate motor vehicles. We don't need it. And blockchain is the cure because what do? They're basically a record-keeping entity of the government that transfers your title and your tags and your taxes and your vehicle information from one person to the other. Be it I sold my car to Joey sold that car to Tommy, or I have to renew my tags. Here's my money, send me my tag. All that can go away overnight with the use of blockchain because as an asset or a custodial management tool, if someone were to develop the ability to simply just take your wallet and say, you know what, I need to renew my tags, hit the button, it's instantly transferred, your digital wallet's updated with your new updated tag, and they mail everything now anyways, so you'll get your physical sticker to put on your update your tag in the mail like they already do, and they can do away with probably 50-60% of the waste in that government entity just by the overstaffing and needless record keeping, paper shuffling, overspending budgets that they have. And you don't have to walk in there and spend half your day sitting in line waiting to get waited on just for a 5-minute transaction. Once again, that's asset management. That is a productivity application that exists in the blockchain. It's coming. It's just a matter of who's going to implement this? This is, once again, it's like fresh Apple, fresh Microsoft, fresh Google. All these things are new, wide open for development. It's just taking a step to look and see how can I apply this to my business or my personal life. Identity verification. Right now, data is king. Data, they were making movies that are now, the spy movies of old are gone. Now it's simply about who stole your data, who erased your identity, who took all your money from your bank account. And that goes away. No longer do the banks and the social media companies and the internet companies own your data. That all exists and it's your data, which means if they want to do business with you, it reverses the roles. No longer are they taking your data, harvesting your data, and manipulating your environment to meet what they're trying to sell you. They're not trying to dangle a carrot customized just for you because they can anticipate what it is you want and when you want it. No, your data is yours. They're going to have to step their game up and be good companies with good messaging. So when you decide to open your wallet up and say, I'm looking for X, Y, or Z, I'm looking for a new riding lawnmower, you're not getting bombarded 24/7 from Alexa listening to your conversation about a lawnmower, or your phone listening, and now all of your data is being sold out to the highest lawnmower company and they're just peppering you with ads. No, you put your search in, and that's it. That's their opportunity to put their best foot forward. And when you're done looking for that mower, you unplug yourself from the matrix, if you want to call it that, and no longer are you getting bombarded and your data is yours in private again. So, there's a lot to be said in that aspect of blockchain alone. Then it comes down to just practical things like shipping, supply chain management. You can track real time now, but there's a lot of times where, and we all just went through it with COVID, where you order something online and you have no idea where it's at. Did it actually leave? Did it go? Did it, they charged me for it, but I don't have it on my doorstep yet. Blockchain can automate this where you can put certain benchmarks before certain things happen, and you can track it right along the way in real time. Once again, these are deep applications that are being developed. Some have been developed, but they're not widely used. So there isn't a lot to point you to, but I'm trying to open up the opportunity in your mind. How is this going to affect me? So maybe you have an idea, you think of an application, or you recognize one out there that's a good application and you use it, you get involved, because if you don't get involved, it takes longer for these things to become mainstream. And that's what we're trying to show here, is just the need to adapt this, because it's coming, it's going to happen. There's rumors that the NFL is going to make their fantasy football league next year all NFTs. So if you don't have a wallet, well, you're not doing fantasy football next year through this particular program. So it's going to make it a little more practical for people to use. It's going to normalize it, which the next step is a lot more practical type of applications. One of the big things is real estate. Real estate is the one that everybody, and especially in the marketing industry, has their radar out for. There's big money exchange. There's a lot of money spent between advertising, lawyers, paper shuffling. The process itself is arduous. It's a nonstop effort. It's moving a mountain to buy a house anymore. And blockchain, like every other opportunity, puts its sights on real estate. It's simply being able to make the financial transaction happen. It's also the ability to track the custodial side of it, who owns what, do the title search. All that can be digitized and put into blockchain. It's going to take some time. There's a lot of records to keep. It's going to be one of those things that starts to compound as that starts to get adapted. I don't see that happening overnight. But what does happen is the thing about real estate is a lot of what happens in a real estate transaction, if you compartmentalize certain parts of it, it applies to other businesses, from a pizza place to the supplier that provides the pizza dough. It is, if you look at the real estate industry and see what's being done there, you can break that down and pull out little pieces and plug those into other applications that will help speed up the process. For simply loyalty clubs, that's a big thing with blockchain. It's creating an ecosystem, a loyalty club, much like the airline miles. Seth had brought that up last week, and it's a great point. It's simply spend your money with us, and we're going to return that through a loyalty program. So you create a good customer experience, but you can manage that through blockchain much better. And you can actually create your own currency that can be spent within that ecosystem, or simply sold off to somebody that does want to participate in that ecosystem. So you're no longer racking up miles for something you may never use, or reward points that really you're not going to utilize in that, but someone else might. And you can put that out there for sale. Someone can buy it at whatever value they deem it, and you still recoup some benefit from that. It's books. Yeah, I'm wandering a little bit, but books. You buy a book now, a digital book, it's on your phone. You really can't, that's it. You're listening to it, you're reading it, however you're consuming it. When it's done, It's taking up space on your phone. It doesn't have to happen anymore. Now you can take that book, listen to it, and now you can sell that digital copy again. And not only do you sell it and you benefit because you paid the $5 for the download, and then you turn around and you sell it for $3 a download, or maybe that author only released a certain amount and that book is really hot and that $5 book's now worth $100, but you can resell that digital version and benefit from it, as can the original author. Because one of the biggest things about blockchain and business is, and what real estate is relying on, is smart contracts. And that's a whole nother discussion, but a smart contract is basically a contract that says when this happens, this happens. It sets all the agreement and parameters up for what you're selling, buying, what it's worth, how future transactions are done, the custodial side of it, and you name it. If however you want to protect that asset in that particular transaction, you put it in that smart contract, which also means future sales. If I build a house and it's a piece of art, it's a one of a kind, I think there's a lot of value. Well, next time you sell that house, I want 2% of the sale, because it's a Frank Lloyd Wright house or something to that effect. You can do that through a smart contract. And that helps a business do things that normally were a one-off item and create a royalty system to continue to make money off that effort. Scratching the surface here, but the practical applications are really anything that has been done in the current version of the internet that you're used to, your digital environment that you live on. It's the same opportunity when you first got involved there. It's the Wild West. There's so many things that we already do that just need to be adapted. And through that adaptation, we discover benefits, ways to do it better, ways to make a better experience, ways to have better custodial transactions. Just you name it. It starts to unfold as you start to look deeper and deeper into things that are already out there and try to find the thing that appeals to you and your business, or maybe an idea that you have and how can you apply it to that. That's really it, guys. It's, blockchain technology from an application standpoint is really what you want it to be. It gives you the power to manage the information, the product, the transaction, all in the palm of your hand. There's no longer the need for third, fourth parties to get involved to make something happen. You can do all of that through blockchain. It's real hard to just kind of throw that down real quick. I'm going to write a blog on this and try to put it into a little better. Matter of fact, I won't just put it on the website. I'll drop that same blog post down in the description here. Try to condense it so it's not such a long read for you. But I'll get all the points in there so you can kind of follow along. But I hope through the video you kind of get the idea of what blockchain is. It's just technology. It's software, hardware. It's all the above. It's the things that you need to develop better experiences for you, your business, your life, your community, your nonprofit, whatever it is. There's an application here. If you got any ideas or questions, drop comments below. I'd be happy to answer them. We're getting a little more refined with this. We're trying to get more information out in a little more direct manner, so we're not just kind of bouncing all over the place. So let us know how we're doing. Hit the subscribe button, leave a comment. We do have a Facebook page. I've verified that. It's Ronin DeFi. And we're going to get a RoninDeFi.com up here in the next week or so. So take a minute, do us a favor, leave us some feedback. If you like what we're doing, hit the subscribe button. I'm Jim. Seth will be back in the next one. You guys still know catchphrase, so we'll figure it out sometime. But get out there, guys.